Eagles!
Welcome, everybody, to Live from the Eagles Nest here on the BDSIR Radio Network. It would not be a blog talk radio show without technical difficulties. But it's okay, people. We are here, episode number 790 here on the network as we urge towards BDSIR Network 1000. But people, whether you're an Eagles fan or an Eagles hater, it's football season, and I want to welcome in the football guys from Philadelphia like only Philly can be Philly, Mr. J. Chris. What's going on, J. Chris?
What's happening, Mike Knoxxx, man? I'm excited to have another season of Eagles football bestowed upon us, and I'm just ready to get started, man. The weather's still warm, and the only sad thing about, waiting for the football season is knowing that the weather has to get cold for you to get into it. But, whatever. Eagles football is upon us. Chip Kelly, season number 2. Shady's back again. Whatever.
No Deshaun. No Deshaun. But before we start off the year with the negativity, because, all the haters are going to call in with the negativity towards our Eagles, I just want to start the year off like only someone of your established Philadelphia Eagle fanship can appreciate, okay? Eagles!
Love it.
And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna restart this show because Blog Talk did me dirty, but I'm gonna do it right. Here go this theme song we put together for you guys. We'll be right back.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yo, drop that track.
Bird slang. I met the Lincolns by name. We all got green on our mind like we thinking financial. We in Philly, so we cocky here. Think about the city show, they had to feel rocky here. Cause we fight, when you walk, don't stop and stare. We can be some brawl sheep bullies without the hockey gear. Brothers we love will not be fair. If you got a Dallas jersey on and my mommy's and my poppy's there. Cause the fair one will not be fair. Too many birds in my circle, cowboys, so do not be square. We run this turf, do whatever we say. Bird gang run the streets like the Penn relay. Tip on our shoulder, it's do or die. Got your QB's favorite QB here in 215. Yeah, you hit me, I hit you back. We don't turn up, cheap, so you will get snapped. We fight, we fight.
347-637-3859 is somebody to get in. It's time to get this show started right. Jay, Chris, can we just simply start with, in my opinion, the biggest talk of the new season, and that's Chip Kelly year number 2. Last year, 10-6 record, shocked, I believe, most Eagle fans. But we won the division, losing the first round in the playoff game. A game highly contested. I thought we had our opportunities to win the game, but we did not win that said football game, obviously. But we're back here now, Chip Kelly year 2. And, Jay, Chris, the question everybody keeps saying is Chip Kelly's offense for real? Can these other teams now had a year to look at him and examine what the Eagles do and catch up to the Eagles? And I say this, Jay, Chris, don't worry about catching up to the Eagles, because while y'all in the lab studying Chip Kelly, the mad scientists is in the lab studying them.
Yeah, I agree with that. And people want to say, that the league is going to catch up. Well, I mean, you still have to stop it. You still have to stop the weapons that we have. You still have to stop Shady. You still have to stop Nick Foles' accuracy. Okay, we're still a football team, people. All right, we're not a sideshow. We're still a football team. We still play football. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, let's see. It took a long time for teams to be able to stop the Patriots. I mean, they didn't do anything, special. They just had Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And people studied him for years, and they still aren't stopping Tom Brady. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make this about the Patriots because I can't stand them because they stole my dream.
Super Bowl.
Exactly. But,
I'm going to say it.
It's football, okay? It's football, and at the end of the day, you have to get the ball up the field 100 yards, 80 yards, whatever the case may be, and you got to put it in the end zone. You got to put it through the uprights. No matter how we get there, we got to get there. And like you said, the mad scientist is studying them. So if you're not putting wrinkles in your offense, the rest of the league, if you're not putting little issues and giggles in your offense, then you might just be falling right into our intricate plot. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna say one more thing. For the people that say, we can't do it because of this is year number 2 of the offense. Everybody going to know what's happening. I say, why can't we do it? Why not?
Right. Why not us?
Why not do it?
Why not us? That was kind of the theme last year as well. We looked at this team. I know I gave us a 7-9, 8-8 record last year, and obviously as an Eagle fan, I was happy and yet disappointed in that assessment of what I gave my team. Happy because at the end of the day, I want to see my team win and try, and it shocked me that we were able to come out, win 10 games, have our struggles, and most importantly, if they had the struggles, especially on the defense side of the football, to step up later in the second half of the year and actually play pretty good. I was disappointed, however, because I didn't think we were built to win a Super Bowl, so I didn't see the purpose of winning games and giving us the worst draft pick. But that's the future in me. And when it came down to actually watching my team on Sundays, and I thought I couldn't get excited, I was excited every single game. Obviously, we had the first game of the year, and watching that, obviously put us on some kind of high that I don't even think Booger Sugar and a smackback can actually get us down from. I mean, sorry, those who are not from the Philadelphia area, Booger Sugar is cocaine. Either way, we were on a serious high like that. 347-637-3859. Obviously, we were put back down to earth in the coming weeks after that. But again, overall good season that I thought Chip Kelly had right there. But you touched on having to prepare for, Shady McCoy, because it's always shady in Philadelphia. Now let's go to the obvious now. As I look at Shady saying the NFL is going to put 8 in the box now, J. Chris. We no longer have that, to me, one of the best weapons in the NFL. We have to talk about it. It's a sore subject in the offseason for Philly fans and Philly haters alike to rip this situation. Let me say this first, J. Chris. As an Eagle fan, I rip my organization for how they handled this Deshaun Jackson situation. Now, I'm not going to sit here and speak whether or not he should be on the team or off the team. Well, I will speak on that. If the coach don't want him, if the coach felt that he shouldn't be here, then fine, I'm all with him not being here for whatever reason. It's the situation that led to him, how he was released from the team. A talent like that you don't release. You send him somewhere into purgatory like Buffalo or at this point even Cleveland. I'd have loved to prefer him see him play at than in our own division, Chris.
Yeah, that was the thing that hurt the most, was the fact that he's in D.C. now. I mean, it would have hurt even more if he went to New York or Dallas. But he's in D.C. now, so he's about 100 miles down the road, and we got to see him twice a year. I don't like the fact that he's in D.C. and the fact that we had to let him go. I guess with my age, and I'm 33 now, I guess I kind of understand that this is a business now, as opposed to as when I was a kid, it being just this is my favorite football team of all time, and everybody that plays for the Eagles is an Eagle for life, and it's not like that anymore. It's a business, and honestly, I have to be honest. I don't know if he was worth the $10 million. I mean, I know he had the best season of his career last year, and that was great. And to have him now would be even better, piggybacking off of the best season that he had. But it's just I wonder, the $10 million. I mean, that was Andy Reid. So I put that on Andy Reid and Joe Banner. I don't know how much they really had to do with it, but I put that on them. The contract was a bad contract. I don't think you can pay somebody $10 million.
I don't think that it's a bad contract when we got to think 2 years back when it came to Deshaun Jackson, right? Because this is where, to me, I use a little bit. What's that word? How did they build Moneyball? What was that called? How they're trying to do it with the 76ers? The logistics? You know what I mean? When they go, however they did that calculation of how you keep a player. 2 years ago he cried about a contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had little internal issues with him. He got paid. He played 1 year, and then he asked for more money again. It's the same situation when we had the situation with Terrell Owens. Now, I can admit we got Terrell Owens for dirt cheap in that trade, but he begged to come here. He was the one who said, I want to play with Donovan McNabb. We let him out of a bad situation, which was Baltimore, where he didn't want to play with Kyle Bowler, obviously, right? So then, as soon as he gets here, the very next year, which I still think we should have paid him because we should have recognized we got him for dirt cheap, the way he went about it was completely wrong. And we lost him. People say the Eagles are not, that our owner don't want to win. And I'm calling him out on this because I know he's an Eagle hater, and I know he's possibly listening, Brian Waters, who says, Eagles, our owner don't try to win. As you hear the Philadelphia Finest in the background, that's right. Get that criminal down the street. But say that my owner doesn't try to win. This team does try to win. I haven't seen a team, every team in Philadelphia, to be honest with you, maybe outside the 76ers, try to put a championship team together. The Flyers do it. The Phillies tried to do it up until the last 2 years recently as they're holding on to these older guys. But the Eagles, most assuredly, like the Flyers, try to win every year, J. Chris.
Yeah, they definitely do. I feel like they try to win every year, and I feel like they're always missing something, just one thing they're always missing, and that just makes it look like they're not trying to win. It's funny that Brian Waters would say that because being that he's not from here and he's not dealing with the day-to-day transactions of the team. I'm not going to question his sports acumen. I know he knows what he's talking about. Right. But just if you're not a fan of the team, to say something like that is somewhat out of line. I think it's ill-spoken.
You know what? But I say
it again.
I said baseless, but I say you chose a better word. And I say this to Philadelphia fans and haters alike, and I put myself in the same category I'm about to place them in. Let me say that first and foremost, right? I can't tell a 49ers fan about their team. I can't tell them I know more about their team than they do. Not because I don't know what's going on with their organization, but because I'm looking at it from a national media standpoint as opposed to what's actually happening in the city of San Francisco, actually happening in Baltimore, in D.C. You know what I mean? We might have a little bit more insight on D.C. and Baltimore than other places outside the tri-state area because they're channels. But, okay, Deshaun Jackson's gone. So I think, like I was saying, they put 8 in the box for Shady. I'm saying first play of the year, they need to go play action over the top to Jordan Matthews, our new guy who has to replace Deshaun Jackson, and that'll let us know as a fan base and as the NFL what Chip Kelly has prepared for them. What do you think the over/under? Can we get a bet on that being the first play of the year?
I think that would be a good bet. Let's put it this way: if it were Andy Reid, I'd put all my money on it.
Oh, every single dime. I bet the farm we're going to go over the top first play of the game. But this is Chip. I just see 8 in the box without Deshaun Jackson being in. Again, he's gone. He's in D.C. He's one of one on Instagram if you want to follow him. I'm still a fan of Deshaun Jackson. I hope he does successful. I just hope he loses every single game because he's a Redskin now.
Right. I wish him the best, honestly. I just wish him the worst against us.
Exactly. Well, I hope the team just loses.